All right, fellow chiropractors, we are back for part two of our chiropractic marketing on Twitter. And these lessons and strategies I want you to go ahead and implement today as we speak. So review the first tutorial that we just went over and now come to this one. I'm just going to recap some of the methods that we used in the last one to really generate people from around the community to get into your office and really to be into your network and then ultimately evolve them as new patients. So one of the things that I showed you, again, this is the Twitter interface on your profile in and of itself, and I went to find people up here, and one of the things that I wanted you to do was go to the search tab. And obviously, when you're at the search tab, you can search by your name and location. So you can type in any city that you want, or a zip code, or a specific word, keyword, and you can find whoever you are looking for in a particular niche or a particular community. So make sure you take full advantage of that. And I gave you the example of, the San Diego chiropractor last time. So I want to make sure that you understand that. And now, once let's say if I did Dallas, and that's going to bring me back, let's say Dallas, Texas. That's going to bring me back a list of 2,040 people that are in Dallas, Texas, that you would definitely want to go ahead and begin to follow and add them as a friend. And ultimately, they're going to be in touch with you. Many of them will subscribe to your channel, seeing what you're doing, and you will be able to interact with them, providing your bulletins if you have health bulletins or things of that nature, or if you find articles of value, if you find videos that are interesting and they provide a lot of high service, high value content. And I can't stress enough the fact that you want to provide your readers people that are following you with a ton of value. That's the biggest mistake that I see so many chiropractors doing when they choose to do things themselves. Again, you can go through a massive learning curve with social media, or you can let me assist you. This is what I do full time. It doesn't make sense to go to your office 40 hours a week, 40 hours plus, come home, learn a couple hours of social media here and there, and expect to be caught up with the big boys. That's not going to happen. And by the time that you are, quote unquote, all caught up, the information changes so rapidly, so you're actually going to be behind. So the technology in social media is always changing. That's why at dcincome.com I created a system that's going to keep you in the loop, allowing you to be abreast of the most cutting edge strategies and tactics. So I want you to go there right now, as I mentioned before. And if you're not a member of my course, of my system, I want you to go ahead and try it. I have a money back guarantee. That's how confident I am that you will be able to dominate your niche in chiropractic, get many, many new patients every single month, and ultimately establish multiple streams of income. And that's really what we want. We want to have our income like the Parthenon. So if one pillar goes out, we still have others that are holding it up. It's a very, very important lesson to learn. And the sooner you understand that, the better off you're going to be, and you're not going to be a victim of this economic recession. I mean, last week alone, the Dow was down 1,000 points, at least 1,000 points. It's not going to get any better anytime soon. So you're going to have to think strategically smarter. And if you're using the same old outdated methods, you're going to be in for a real surprise. But as I mentioned before, Twitter is a network, a social network that you can get on and really, really start to understand your community and keep in touch via live feeds. And these live feeds are called tweets, just like this. And you can let people know exactly what you're doing, or if you found a really cool article of value, anything like that. One of the examples that I gave, I posted a video, was how to stop a headache naturally. And I propagated that through my MySpace and my Facebook and many others. Then I brought it on Twitter, and I showed the video. I put it in one of these little these tweets, and I got a very large response. I got many, many book sales from it. And again, I established myself a continuous expert within my niche. So people expect that kind of material from me, and I get a lot of great feedback. So again, some of the benefits on Twitter, and I just want to kind of point you to one of my ezinearticles.com articles that's going to be published in the next week. It's called How to Use Twitter Like the Pros. And the reason why you would even be on Twitter, of course, is to meet new friends within the community or in your niche, and you can establish those connections very easily. You can get fresh, minute by minute insight into what is happening in people's lives every single day. It's completely revolutionized the social media world. And you also have access to links and articles, as I mentioned before, that you can point people to if you want them to see something of useful value. You can connect with people in your local area, and you can ultimately get loads of new business. And as I mentioned before, you want to make sure you set yourself up as the expert, and ultimately if there's a question that needs to be answered, go ahead and answer it. And you want to be the problem solver, and when you are, people will start to regard you in high order. So keep that in mind, utilize those strategies today, and again, your practice will definitely benefit from it, as will your reputation within your local community. One of the other links and websites that I want to show you is twitterties.com. So I want you to go there right now, and you can actually watch this video. It's a cool video, and what this will enable you to do is this will enable you to actually track who clicks on your links in your Twitter profile. So you can see an entire statistical analytical chart of who's looking at your material, so you can better market in and of itself. So it's a very, very valuable tool that I highly recommend you start to utilize, and it's absolutely free for Twitter. And all you do is log in with her username and password, and you can start to see, and you can even set up queued or timed tweets. So that means, like, if I wanted to set up a tweet tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was, saying, hey, we're in the office, we're having a patient appreciation day, come on out, we're having food for the kids, and et cetera, et cetera. Or if you're having some type of gathering, I mean, if you could be in another profession, I know I've dealt with a lot of people in the real estate. Realtors are doing home openings with this type of material and these innovative strategies with Twitter. So there's endless possibilities. I just need you to start brainstorming and use that, but you can use twitterties.com to really see who is connecting with you, who's clicking on your links, and ultimately you can vary the titles of your links just to make sure. And titles are very important, especially the value and content that you provide. So that will give you a very good clue into what you can really do to get your response up from your crowd in your local area. So I wanted to show you Twitter ties, and again, I want you to watch this particular video. It's going to be very informative for you, so you will be able to understand and use it along with your Twitter profile. And I'm certain that you've gotten a lot of value out of these two particular video discussions on Twitter, and that's going to be the first of many, many others. And I want to share with you this because I want to continuously provide value for you. So again, what I want you to do is I want you to go to dcincome.com right now. If you enjoyed this, you're absolutely going to find my course useful in obtaining new patients, also beating this economic recession and establishing multiple sources of income. So go to DC Income right now, dcincome.com. Go there, order my course. Again, there's a money back guarantee, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.